Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. I'm aware that it's almost Christmas and I am also excited for that. I'm sure all of you are the same. I'm actually not planning to make any video during the holiday break, but man, come on. We have received some really good, juicy information that I think will be game changers in the early parts of the year, and I cannot wait anymore to talk about it, and so we're gonna do it today. But before that, of course, let me remind you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, well, go ahead. Please do. Would really appreciate that. And if you do like this video at the end of it, go ahead and hit that like button. Now let's get to it. There are three things that I like to talk about that I think would be game changers come next year. It's a holiday, so we'll start with the biggest. Although ironically, this Pokemon is not very big. It's actually really small. And we're talking about Budew. This Pokemon has currently taken Japan by storm, apparently, because if you check out the tournaments held in Japan recently, you can check that out through Limitless. Almost all of the participants, the champion, top cut, non-top cut, has a Budew in their deck, and it doesn't matter what deck they are rocking. Could be a Zard, Gardevoir, a Raging Bolt. Almost all of them has at least one Budew, and I'm only saying almost because I did not check every single one, but I checked a lot. And from those that I checked, all of them has a Budew. And just to give me that margin of error, I am saying almost. But I'm saying it wouldn't be an exaggeration if all of them actually had a Budew. And for good reason. Look at that. Basic Pokemon, one prizer, no energy cost to attack, no retreat cost, 10 damage, and your opponent will not be able to use any item card during their turn. In my book, that is a low risk, high reward type of card. And I thought about it. It's kind of hard finding a reason not to put Budew in, honestly, any deck. If you're not aware yet, Budew is part of the Prismatic Evolution set, so it will release on January 17. But in Japan, they are one set advanced, and so basically the Prismatic Evolutions that is about to release for us has already released to them, and they are already able to use it for competitive play. And as I've said, in the recent competitive tournaments, a lot of them, most of them, if not all of them, has used Budew. And that's why I think Budew is the biggest game changer in the early parts of next year. Now the next two is coming from the Journey Together set. Not yet released in Japan, not yet used for competitive play, so tournament wise it's not yet a proven game changer. But if the translations are correct, if my eyes are not deceiving me, then that means these cards are going to be a legit game changers early parts of next year when it actually releases. So again, we'll start with the bigger one in my perception. And it is a tool card. It's called Lillie's Pearl. When I saw this and I was reading it, I actually thought this is probably not true. There must be some mistake in how it was translated because it's too OP. I'll read it for you. If the Lillie's Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an opponent's Pokemon attack, your opponent takes one fewer prize card. So remember the energy card, Legacy Energy, I think that's what it's called. So if you knock out that Pokemon that is attached with a Legacy Energy, basically you will be taking one less price card, and you can only use that once, right? It's an A spec. You can only use that once, and even if you take the A spec again, like the energy card, the Legacy Energy, from the discard pile, even if you reattach that Legacy Energy, you can't reuse the bonus that Legacy Energy is doing. So that means you can only reduce the number of prizes that your enemy is taking once. This one, Lillie's Pearl, has no restrictions like that. It wasn't mentioned. If you look at the Japanese writing, there is no, a parentheses stating that there is a rule in using this one. The only restriction or the rule is that the tool has to be attached on a Lillie's Pokemon card. So like Lillie's Clefairy, Lillie's Comfy. And as you know, you can have 4 of this tool card in your deck. So that means you can prevent your opponent from taking 4 prize cards in your battle. But that's not all. There are cards, attacks, or abilities that will let you get some tool cards from your discard pile into your hand or back into your deck. So theoretically, you can prevent your opponent from taking a prize card more than 4 times. And that is, in my opinion, absurd. Especially if you don't have a way to remove a tool card from your opponent. And this just opens up a lot of ideas in terms of maybe like a mill deck or stall decks. This is incredibly strong card that, I don't know, I'm torn. I think they should reduce the effectiveness of this card. Maybe they should put like a parenthesis there and say, oh, it's only for the active spot, or you can only use this card once in a match. This is too good. This is too good. And then last, I'm gonna give it to a Pokemon, who is one of my favorites, and also a trainer that is definitely my favorite. I'm talking about Zoroark, and the named trainer is N. So we have N's Zoroark EX. This is really good. The ability itself, trade, so it's kind of like Kirlia right now. So you must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 2 cards. So exactly like Kirlia's ability. And then the attack, Night Joker. Choose one of your benched N's Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. So basically any N Pokemon that you have on the bench, N's Zoroark can copy that. Theoretically, that's OP, but of course it will depend on the selection of N's Pokemon out there. And then now we are seeing new N's Pokemon. And so we have one here, just for an example. Not a lot of cards have released yet. This is N's Reshiram, Powerful Rage, 20 times damage. This attack does 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So if N's Zoroark can copy that, let's say he has a lot of damage counter already, even if he only has like 170 damage on him, which will then deal upwards of 340 damage for sure. So again, Night Joker attack, it's looking like it's going to be OP because we haven't even seen other EXs yet. The one that I've pointed out, N's Reshiram, it's possible that there are other N's EX Pokemons, and for sure their attacks would be stronger than this. Then that means N's Zoroark could have a plethora of strong attacks to choose from, depending on what situation you are facing. So basically, it's like a Regidrago that is also a draw engine, and it only needs 2 energy of the same color to attack. I'd say that's really good, if not OP. And yeah, that's all. As a bonus, now I'm realizing that Pokemon is maybe kind of gearing towards the playstyle of Union Arena. So with Union Arena, I don't know if you've played Union Arena. So with Union Arena, you kind of like play a certain type of anime only. So if you're going with Jujutsu Kaisen, you're only Jujutsu Kaisen. If you use Hunter x Hunter, you're only specifically Hunter x Hunter or One Piece, whatever. But you are like a mono. With this one, you are a mono trainer. So I guess they are gearing towards that. I don't know if there's going to be a playstyle where you can do Marnie and N together, or like a, what do you call this one? A Lillie and N together. I don't know if that is feasible. Of course, we haven't seen a lot of the cards yet, but maybe there's a possibility. But from what I'm seeing as of now, it could be that that's the direction Pokemon is going for, or maybe this is just a one-off. I don't know, but again, this is just a bonus. But that's all I would like to say. Thank you guys for watching. Merry Christmas! I will see you on the next one.